Is this even on? Okay, I have no idea if this is working. I'm having a lot of problems since I've installed this streaming software. I really wish I can go back to the original YouTube, and for some reason, it won't let me at all. And for some reason, oh, I am on showing. Okay, so you see me. I am having a hard time knowing if I'm even online. Hey, Jackie, I have to go back to the one that's pending because I have this funny feeling that it's still showing up and coming, like it's not showing the right one. Hey, come find me on it's duplicated. It's duplicated. All right, somebody was waiting for me in the other one. It's still showing. Gosh, I hope they have the right picture. Oh, nice to see you, Jackie. I'm doing no contact reads. I'm not going to do a lot of them. I had a really bad migraine for about 3 days now. And so I think this person is still waiting. I don't know why. Well, it just popped up the notification. So I created the stream, and then I went to go on, and it said that YouTube wouldn't let me go on and check my settings. So basically, it doesn't want me to create at the start, and I have to figure out how to edit anything at all in my setup. So I'm not really happy right now because YouTube is messing up even my picture, everything is, I can't edit anything. So unfortunately, in the one that's showing what time I'm going to set, like it's showing a whole completely different one. People are waiting in the other one. So I don't know how to fix it. Anyway, hopefully this one, they find this one. And I'm just putting a note in this one. Hey guys, hey everyone, go to hit no contact what you need. Yeah, well this one is no contact as well. Go to my live no contact. This one's not working. I'll have to try to edit this a little later. So I invested in some streaming software hoping that it would be effective. I thought it would be a great thing, and it's not been a great thing. All right. So Jackie, I may as well do you first since you're the only one who found me. I actually was trying to go online an hour ago. So that's not my intention. All right. You still here, Jackie? Are you still here? Yeah. I'm wondering. Yeah, because it's showing a different one that people are trying to join. And oh, and oh, there, you found me. Great, Maria. I was scared that you were going to be stuck in the other one. For some reason, I'm having a little trouble. I set it up to go on live and then attach the streaming, and then I just have a bunch of problems. So sorry about this. I'll try to edit and remove that little bit. But I was concerned that, Maria, you were going to be stuck in the other one. All right, so this is how I'm doing it. I'm not going to be doing readings for every single person who jumps on and ask. I'm not going to do that. I've had a migraine for 3 days, and yeah, I understand that, Maria. What I do and what I have done before is that try to be fair. I put everybody's name on the board, and then I shuffle the cards that I put everybody's names on, and I draw those names. Nobody's guaranteed to get a reading. I try my best to reach everybody, and I'm also asking people, hi Cherry, I'm also asking people to try to give everybody a chance. And sometimes it happens, right? Yeah, I do try. I do try. But the thing is, this is all fun, but for some reason I had this really like bad migraine for 3 days. And sometimes I just have to trust that, we want to go and all learn from this. We all want to see what's going on. And everybody can access and try to book me in if they really want to go further and look at what's going on. But, right now, these are not little short readings. I'm planning on pulling 9 different cards to go into looking to see. No, these are actually designed a certain way. I'm doing no contact readings, and I have nobody's asking questions tonight. These are no contact readings, and the person needs to be in no contact, and I already have my questions for the no contact. All right. So I will put you on the list, Maria. And Jackie, Cherry, you want to be on the list? Actually, Maria, I did read for you. I think I tried to read for you. You were on the list. What happened there? There was a bunch of you that left. Well, yes, that's why I said I'm putting everybody on the list. Yes. All right. So how this works is I have a bunch of cards here that I am going to shuffle. Yeah, see, Maria, you even have your own card. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my cards. For some reason, I can't access them. Sorry for the noises. Oh, look, I have something else coming up on the board. Excuse me, but then you can delete your name. What is that supposed to mean? I'm not sure what that means. Because you live with someone, well, then you should be just under an assumed name. And I'm not. Yes. But what I'm trying to say is you should have a fake name. And I'm not going to tag anybody's name if that's what you're saying. You want to be identity. That's why I'm doing read 1, read 2, read 3. I actually thought about it, and I thought I'm not going to actually put people's names up. I'm just going to go and like start with the intro and then read 1, read 2, read 3, read 4, read 5. I'm giving everybody basically that. And then this way, I don't have to worry about spelling people's names wrong. You would know which reading is yours, right? And so that's how I'm going to be doing that. So you don't have to worry about your name being tagged up there, if that makes sense. All right. Can everybody hear me okay? I have a new microphone. I know that I love the sound of it. All right. Cherry, you're first. All right? All right. Yeah, I'm doing from moving forward, and that's what I was trying to do. I set it up and I edit the screen, and so then I had, for whatever reason, YouTube is giving me a hard time with the streaming software, but I'll go back and edit it properly. So what I'm doing is I have the start, and then I'm going to have this different scenes are going to be set up for read 1, read 2, read 3, read 4, read 5. Cherry gets the first one. So far, it's only just a couple of you here. So when it's only just a few of you, but I do get a lot of readings after a while. A lot of people will join on, right? But Jackie was the first. So because Jackie was the first, I always try to give the first person a read. Jackie was the first, but Maria was the first waiting in my queue in the other one. So all three of you will get a reading. So you'll be one, Cherry's one, and then how about Jackie would be number 2, and then Maria would be number 3, and then we'll pull for the other 2. All right? I won't put your names up. With that. Oh, hi. Okay. Hey, I see you. So I got 2 people who can monitor for me tonight. And I appreciate both of you. All right. We're doing Cherry first, okay? No, Maria, I'm going to state again, there is no questions tonight. We're doing no contact readings. That's it. No questions. I'm not doing any questions. Please delete your question, please. Delete your question, please. Oh, sorry. No. So this is, I'm gonna repeat this, and I know you missed that part earlier. So we are doing no contact readings. I already have 9 questions. I'm pulling 9 cards based on these questions. So nobody is going to get a question. If you're getting a reading, you have to be in no contact. Even maybe you're in contact, but it's not good contact. But so what I'm doing is I've already have I'm not going to go in trying to read the question. I already have the question. All right. We know it's no contact. You're looking to see if you're going to have contact. You're looking to see if you're going to reconcile. You're looking to see what's going on with them, what's going on with you, right? You want to see what what you're to do. Oh, Cherry. Well, maybe you're in no contact with the one that you're supposed to be with. Oh, no, these readings tonight are no contact. These ones I'm doing is no contact. I was going to do no contact with the signs. All right. I have no problem going off the list. So this is the thing. Every night I've been coming on. I've had a migraine for 3 days. And so I didn't come on last night because I couldn't move. And tonight we're doing no contact readings. Yes, it will be. Tomorrow I have to do a 12 and a half hour shift at work. So I won't be doing readings tomorrow evening, but I will be on the following day during the day. And I will be also doing one later on. And I do have a couple of other ones that I want to upload. Yeah, 3-day migraine, not good. So Jackie and so Cherry, just to answer your question, you're in no contact with your DM, your divine masculine or your divine feminine, whatever it is. So that doesn't mean you don't qualify, but if you don't have a certain person on your mind, it does make it a little harder. But I do have to state, it's not saying you can't, but usually people that, another night for Maria, there will be another night when I'm going to do ones when they're not going to be specified. I wanted to have my questions already kind of done for tonight, okay? And have it consistent for the collective of those. I was going to just do sun signs like Scorpio and Libra and Virgos. And I was going to do that while I was waiting for everybody to join on. And then I was going to pull from the names. But then I had so many problems just trying to come on tonight with the streaming software. So that's why I'm trying to find a way to go forward with that. So Cherry, you're still included. Jackie. Teja's V. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Yeah. So Cherry, how about if I do Jackie first and then you can see how it's like and if you want it to still do it. Marie, I'm not going to do a reading for you. I understood that. You've asked me a few times to take you off the list for tonight. I'm okay with that. Like I said, you can participate in another reading night when I'm not doing no contact. All right. All right. Jackie, I'm going to do you first. I'm just going to put everybody up here. And I have cards for everyone. You have to be here when I do your readings. All right. I have my water, but I don't know where to put it. Yeah, I know you're in no contact. Most people who come on are in no contact. All right. So this is you. If you can see this, this is you. So, you're getting your priorities in order, you're balancing your priorities, you're getting yourself in this is how you're feeling, you're thinking, you're behaving regarding this no contact situation. And you're kind of like getting your priorities in order. You're holding back a little bit. You're managing really well. You've been kind of like doing your due diligence. All right. So you're feeling pretty good about this. And so the situation that we're seeing, the underlying issue that is taking place, which is also going to highlight any hidden factors that could be contributing to this disconnection, is the fact that the masculine energy is upside down. And so this usually means that there has been some interference in the masculine. All right, so there was the masculine had fell out of this connection. partly because of the fact that he got manipulated. He got he wasn't in charge of his situation fully. He lost insight. And so that's what happens when sometimes, so that's what happens sometimes when things happen with a masculine, when they are, in an energy where the divine feminine lost her energy. She kind of like focused so much on the masculine that she stepped out of her feminine energy and went into masculine. And that can sometimes trigger the masculine to resist being a masculine and actually kind of get into a feminine energy. And so this is what happens is he gets into attraction mode and she gets into being a masculine where she's trying to take care of everything. The counterpart is had a third party. And so the counterpart, he is, making friends, meeting people, socializing a little bit. But, this is really his actions during their separation. He was, just doing his thing, just being part of the community, exploring, expanding, just, socializing, just socializing. All right. I'm going to clarify these a little bit, of course, but here, I'm just going to put these in the order that they're in. The challenges, which is the force that is impacting this situation, whether it is divine timing, maybe it's friends or situations that's taken place, but we've got the Chariot. All right, the Chariot is involved here. And so with the Chariot, I'm moving my mouse, I'm just making sure it's not clicking anything. With the Chariot, it's basically, the Chariot represents having the will, making a decision, and going forward with it. And so because of the fact it's in our challenge, and because of the fact that this is a lot to do with free will and making a decision and going forward, the challenge that had happened was the fact that there was other things that had to happen in order for this to continue. Whether it is a direction that, sometimes when we ask for help, sometimes we think that the help that we receive is not beneficial, but maybe it was beneficial after all. I always say the truest gifts that we could receive may be wrapped in garbage bags because someone didn't take the time to go and wrap it up in all the pretty bows. But sometimes we'll receive a present with all the pretty bows and it's deceiving because it wasn't really much anything in the gift. So don't always look at what is taking place on the outside to discern what is taking place on the inside. And so with this, there has been an influencing impact on the situation because of the fact that with Chariot, we have, you making a decision and going forward with it. You decided, this is my person, I'm not giving up, and I'm going to focus on this too. I don't care. I'm going to get the work done. And so that is the direction you went. Maybe there was some karma that had to be resolved. Maybe there was a fact that sometimes we have to have that space in order to really collect what is going on in our heart. In this situation, let's look at this a little further before. So in you, when it comes to you, you had to raise your vibration, which you started working on. You had to go and attract what you are vibrating. The more that you started looking at yourself, you started raising your vibration by being passionate about the things that was really making you feel good, that had nothing to do with him per se. He did not need to validate you in order for you to start seeing the worth in yourself and start being passionate and start being creative and start doing some of the things that you did. And with this situation that was at hand, because of the Emperor, you had to learn a lot about boundaries. Boundaries take place when the masculine started going resisting you. There was a wall that came up, or there was blocking happening, or there was something happening where there was separation. With this person, actually, the counterpart actually you had to still access him through the mind, through the meditations, you know, and when you listen to the meditations, whether it was the violet flame or whether it was, in one of the meditations where we call in our SPF or SP, we are literally connecting with them, right? We are actually feeling that connection. And so this is the thing. They are never left. They're always there. They're just not there in person. But you had to connect emotionally. You had to connect spiritually. You had to connect mentally in order to get to physical. In most cases, most of us want to have the physical in order to believe that they can connect emotionally, and so that's where some of the challenges go or begin. Your challenge was releasing fears. All right, so this was your challenge. When you went and made up your mind and you were like, I'm going to go forward with this, I'm going to do this, you had to look at what was going on that was holding you back. You had to look at the fears. You had to look at why things were not working out. What was going on inside of you? Why were you manifesting this? So let's look at the reconnection. Let's look at, is there any potential for this for you? I'm getting a happy surprise that is coming through. Not quite ready yet, but there is a happy surprise. You may get a little message. You may get a pleasant gift from the universe at some point. Let's look at the advice. The advice is coming through with looking ahead, to expand, to grow, to not go backwards. In fact, if this person comes back into your life and reconnects and talks to you, you have to not fall back into the old Jackie way. You have to, Miss Bay, we're only doing no contact questions, and I've already, no questions tonight though. We're just doing readings on no contact. So if you get one, I'll just pull the cards for each one, but there's no questions tonight. So this is basically just what you need to know for your no contact relationships. So, but thank you you can still stay and hang out and join and support me. So for you, Jackie, you need to look ahead, grow and expand. I can go and do a little clarifying here. So what's happening is, as you are ascending, as you are shifting your consciousness, you are going to see such a shift. There's such a shift that is happening within you that is going to also shift and happen in your person too. The expansion that is telling you as your advice, This is basically, you know, how should you proceed? How are you going to improve, or what is the action steps for you? And so, you know, this expansion and looking ahead, you have self-expression. So self-expression is one of those things most needed for self-growth is, and so here again, it is repeating again about self-expression. All right. Oh, I see, Miss Bay. No, I'm not getting that's how what he would do. He may go and just like hi. Um so let's look at next steps. What's the next steps? So the next steps here, I have the Knight of Wands upside down. Knight of Wands is, don't look at him as on a pedestal above you. He's not to be such a dream catch that he is. Yeah, he. Let's be realistic. He's got flaws. You know, you could probably even do better. Let's look at, you know, what is the potential that he is just a regular guy, just like you're just a regular person. When you take them out of being this, you know, starstruck, when you take them out of being, you know, the dream catch, you start normalizing. And when you start normalizing the potential that this is just a regular person, you start realizing that there is a possibility that you're just a regular person wanting to have a relationship with another person who just also wants the same thing. Don't look at it being like the twin flame. Don't look at it being anything really dynamic. The lesson was about you learning love, you loving yourself and having compassion and being calm and putting that love back into you. You'll be having one yet too, most likely. Oh, the cards start jumping out of my hands when I said that. Moderators, if we do have any new people, I don't know if it was set for people, usually in order to be in the chat, they had to be subscribed in order to ask questions. So we have to just make sure. I have to check to see what's going on there. I'll have to check, make sure the next time I do these readings. We'll see. So, remember when I say don't focus on him so much, normalize it. So it's saying focus on you, focus on you. So as you are expanding, when he goes to reach out, or what next his steps is focusing on you. Don't be focusing on him. Don't be focusing on how you can make it work out. Don't be focusing on healing his energy. Don't focus on him. He's just a regular guy. You're the bomb. You're the one who needs to have that focus on, right? The lesson was seeing the mirror switch, right? Remember when I said this was you? You had to learn love. You focused all that love on him. You were so devoted to him. You were putting all your attention on him. So let's look at the outcome, shall we? This is where the relationship will be heading based on the current energies that I'm reading. I got the King of Wands upside down, which we started off with the current situation What was contributing to the disconnection is the masculine energy upside down. All right? We've got the King of Wands upside down, which is masculine energy upside down. Let's see if we can clarify this a little bit. I don't know why I grew these cards, but let's look. All right. So this is what I got. Your emotional body and releasing, there's your emotional body and releasing your ex from the past. All right. What does this mean? So there is some past life energy that is coming through. And the reason that is coming through is because when you look at the big picture, you're trying your best to look at the fact that he's back and the positiveness of him being back. But he's fully not showing up because of the fact is there's shame. He knows that he cannot let go of what he's done to you. There is pain because of the fact that he knows that he's hurt you. There is also there's challenges that you both need to overcome. And these are the past life questions that are coming through. So how are you going to do that? So continue doing the violet flame. The violet flame is going to help you because it's going to help cleanse your energy. But even though you're cleansing that energy, I really want you to work through the energy to be present because it's the past that seems to be coming up. And whether it is you needing to forgive him or him needing to forgive himself. But there is some energy here of he needs to release some negative energy that's interfering with you guys. Now, I don't want to say that he's going to come, saying hi because his apple cart has turned sideways and things are not being good. He's kind of proud. At the same time, he's looking like he's going to reach out and things probably will reconcile with you. But it's really important for you to give him the space to let him work it out. You focus on you. And this is the thing. Would you trust that he won't do it again? See, that's why it's really, really important for you guys, for you to sit down and have a real big talk and get it all discussed out. I don't think that's as easier said than done. Because of the fact is, for you guys to be able to talk about it, he has to face the part of why he left, right? Why did he leave? And that's the thing. Do you want to know why he leave? What you have to do is don't show him how much you changed. Don't prove to him how great you are because you were great in the first place. What you have to do is say to him, why should I take you back? There's a difference, isn't it? Why should I take you back? Why should I give you a chance? Let him say, I know I've done wrong. I want to make it up to you. It's important for him to look at what he has done because it is so easy for him to come and just ignore it and just assume you will take over from where he left off. No, say, why should I take you back? There's a difference. Why should you take it back? Don't go back. Don't go back with it not repaired. It's not for you to fix. Don't go back with the conflict not resolved. Because the conflict will be projected. If you don't talk about it and he don't talk about it, it will show up in other ways. He will be contacting you. And the thing is, how much you focus on you is going to show whether or not he's going to stay. Because that was your life lesson, is to put you first. You deserve somebody to show up for you. And the only way he's going to do it is if you let him get in his masculine energy. That's where it's flawed. You are not to fix it for him. All right? So that's your reading. All right. Cherry, did you still want yours? And you're enjoying your cards, are you, Jackie? Are you? All right. All right, so yes, let's do that, Cherry. Cherry Blossom and her specific person. Yes, Jackie has a set. So I create a lot of different tarot cards. I read my own cards when I do readings. And Jackie has a set of these. Yeah. All right. Yes, if you resonated with just leave a comment and say so. You don't have to leave your name either. It's always nice for others just to know that I'm not just sitting here entertaining myself in some way. Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah. I'm going to be posting some videos. I'm going to do the Gravoli numbers. I tried to do them the other day. Hey, RK. I tried to do them the other day, but unfortunately, I was really unwell, so I wasn't able to complete them. But I do have a couple of videos I want to complete. RK, so we are doing no contact. Hey, Miss Bay. Hi, RK. All right, so we're doing Cherry right now in her SP. Just want to clear myself again. All right, so, and I'll clarify these as well. All right, so your current energy, Cherry, it's showing here that you're not really holding tight on to anybody. Isn't that something? Yeah, I'm showing here the Four of Coins upside down. And usually the four coins represents being frugal or holding too tight onto someone. And so I am showing here that you're not holding on enough, really. You're being a little wasteful with your energy. So that is your energy right now. And the counterpart is actually showing me 5 of coin, which is a lacking state right now. The situation, well, you know, you're not suffering, you're not in grief, you're not in self-pity mode. Your challenge is you don't have something to move on from right now. Not to worry, we'll get through this. And I'm showing the exactly same card as she is okay. Oh, thank you, God. She's showing exactly the same card as we just seen for Jackie, except we're not expecting a happy surprise here. I'm gonna clarify these cards. The advice that I'm showing is to continue with this energy. And so the next step I'm showing, it's time for you to create and visualize a dream man. The lesson you had to learn is what makes you happy. How are you going to put happiness in you? Your outcome of what I'm seeing is you do not have to search the truth. You are the truth. You do not need to be alone. So let's, I am seeing here what's hidden from you that you are not aware of that is impacting this is there is a little grief for you. You have a little bit of suffering or grief that is hidden that you are not aware of. And that will also coincide with the situation where it's showing that this grief or, you know, self-loss is not being apparent. So this is telling me that you are manifesting in a protective way. You're protecting yourself because if you have a person in your life, this is going to come up. And so, how can I say this? So the mind works like this. If you go and have a traumatic situation that happens, your mind will literally not allow you to process that memory. It will just kind of tuck it away in a deep corner, and you'll have like memory loss about it because of the fact it was just something that you just really it was just something you couldn't really tolerate. So this is the way the mind protects you. Energetically, you are protecting yourself because someone from the past hurt you or made you suffer in some way. And so when that happened, it just seems like it's easier for you to not deal with it. It's like it's suppressed in a deep recess of your mind. And so it's just important for you not, you know, it's just kind of like it's easier for you to want. It's easier for you to need. In fact, most of the people that I see in no contact, this comes up quite frequently. When we talk about limerence, limerence is a form of a protection mechanism where we want somebody that we can't seem to reach to. And as long as we have this fantasy in our mind, it keeps us feeling a little bit connected. But as long as there is nobody in our life, it keeps us in a state where we don't really have to pay attention to what's really going on emotionally. So it looks like you may be in protective mode. Let's look further though. So let's look at you. So it's showing here a little bit of distortion in the masculine energy. And so that's what I was seeing here with the last reading. And the last, see, see, you just stated exactly what I'm seeing in this card. And that's what the distorted masculine is all about. And that's what I was saying to the previous read. You know, the energy is like she's doing all this work and healing herself, but he's kind of like in PSTD where he just feels so much where he just can't even process what he's going through. And so here you are in a state where you're afraid of being vulnerable again. You're afraid of getting hurt again, right? You feel very much that your person is going to hurt you, take away from you, steal your heart, destroy you. But if you allow the energies to actually come up, what you've repressed, you'll see that some of it, it has nothing to do with the person that could come into your life. It could very well be a completely different situation. You have to understand what it means to be able to look at what's really deep down inside. You know, this grief can be healed when you experience what it's like to actually have new love in your life. It doesn't have to be pain. You know, your challenge is being light in your own body. Doing a lot of shadow work doesn't mean you're fixed. Doing a lot of shadow work, I know I've got a shadow deck. Doing a lot of shadow work doesn't mean you're fixed. Doing a lot of shadow work just makes you more aware of where you need to be fixed. And so shadow work just takes us out of that state of denial. But suppressing your emotions, suppressing your emotions is important. So we may have suffered, we may have lost someone we loved. And, you know, there are people grieving with the person still alive. And that is the really hardest thing in the world. It's different when they're on the other side, but when they're still alive, people are literally losing their souls. You know, their souls are going off to the other person. The happy news that we talked about, it's still there. But right now, you have to understand how your consciousness works. So we get the 5D, we get the 3D. So in the 5D, it could be existing. In the 3D, it could be not, right? So that's where we get into, some people were saying in certain dimensions, in the 5D world, there's lots of activity happening. And in 3D world, there's none happening. So that's how we shift our levels into the consciousness. So, you know, we have to kind of bring them together. You know, parts of us is in a void. So the advice, time to manifest. That's why it says, don't create a new beginning until you know what you want. Don't manifest from this fear or this emptiness or this pain. It's time to manifest knowing that you can love. Next step, do a serious cleanse. Work at, you know, detoxing and having sea salt baths and clearing your energy. The lesson, root chakra was blocked. What is the root chakra? Well, the root chakra has a lot to do with your safety, your security, You know, are you going to be able to have money to deal with anything? Are you going to be supported? Are you going to be loved? You know, the root is where everything begins. Now, mind you, a relationship goes into connection, it goes into emotional, it gets into self-realization. There's a whole aspect of growth that happens, but it starts at the root. And that is why the tower comes up, is when we have an unstable root to start. This is about your outcome. What is the crown blockage meaning? Well, the crown is where we have divine connecting to us. This is where higher power, this is where our wisdom comes from. This is also where our fears will block us. Our fears come from the root, and it also will block the higher self. It will block going into the 8th chakra, which is our Akashic, right? You need to learn to trust and understand that the root, the crown is blocked by retribution. And what is retribution? Retribution is that we are here to learn the laws, to learn about life, and we are not going to be persecuted and punished every time that we might screw up. It's about exploring. It's about understanding. It's about the ahas. They're like, think about a child, all right? A 3-year-old child, and he's walking with his glass of milk, and he's so happy he has his glass of milk. And if he spills a little bit of milk on the floor, he's going to say, "Oops, I'm sorry, Mommy." And you're going to say, "Oh, that's all right." And you're just going to bend down and wipe it up, right? Retribution is when the child feels like they're going to be persecuted because they made a little mistake. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to choose sometimes the people that are not always going to be the best choice for you, but that's how you learn what you want. What do you want? It's time for you to figure out what you want. And if you spill some milk, are you going to be okay? What was hidden is about the tree of life. And this is about your past lives. It's about you understanding that your soulmate is waiting for you, and your soulmate will be good to you. Your soulmate is not going to hurt you. Your soulmate is here for you. It's time for you to manifest your soulmate. Not trauma, not pain, not suffering. You need to reprogram any way that you feel that a relationship will cause you pain. Because as long as you told you that story, that's how you're going to create. It's a story you told yourself and you started believing it. So for you, if somebody was even to try to approach you energetically, you'll be like, nope, that's going to be trauma all over again. And so this is a story that keeps you away. If that makes sense. So, I have to ask you, are you ready? If you're ready, you done all the shadow work, you said. Well, maybe it's time for you to write down, what do you want? And instead of looking at what you're afraid of, why don't you just start writing down what it is that you want and make the steps to work towards what you want instead of what you're afraid of. Manifest not from the fear, but manifest from what you love. It's possible. So, yes, I've been coaching for, I'm trying to think, I've been coaching for 16 years or more. It's been more. I think I've been talking about twin flames for about 16 years. Yeah, Maybe so. Yeah. Let me see. Oh my goodness. It was 2008. 2008. I've been talking about twin flames. Yeah. I wrote a book. My first book I published was in 2017 on Love in the 12th Dimension. And then, yeah, Cherry, it's going to be okay. Yeah, it's going to be okay. And so that's why, and that was my first one. I've published a couple of books. And, you know, this is the thing. It's okay. Like, even with me, I know how to call them in, but there are times when I'm like, yeah, you know, instead of focusing on what they want and their needs and how to make them happy, you just have to realize what it means to serve yourself for once, right? To understand that we are manifesting. And when we understand how we're manifesting, you know, you understand the laws, if you understand your subconscious, like there's all sorts of different things that's part of this process. And when you start understanding how all of that works, and some people can still manifest a wonderful relationship because they're not so holding on to the pain and the abandonment and the fears and all of those things that are triggering, when you're actually just sitting in this energy of joy and love and inner child happiness. Of course it's easy to manifest such a wonderful connection. But this is the thing, as long as you are holding on to fear, holding on to pain, holding on to these past troubles that you've experienced and never let go of, those are going to be troublesome. We are here to observe. We are here to have experiences. We are here to have experiences because we are already have everything whole. There is nothing separate from us and source and our divinity. Nothing separate. The only thing that's holding us back is believing it. And that's why I'm here doing these readings and doing these teachings, is so that everybody can have that hope, that belief to see themselves winning, just like everybody else. All right. All right. So we had Cherry, we had Jackie, and you guys are saying such kind stuff. Thank you very much. All right. So Tej, I don't have my little thing to sound your name out. I hope I'm saying it right. Are we doing a reading for you two tonight? Okay, I'm going to put you on the list. I have Teja V before you. I'm not going to actually put your names in the 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to do read 1, read 2, read 3, read 4. And so you all know who you are, all right? So Jackie was the first one, Cherry was the second one, Teja V was the third one, and RK, you're fourth. Am I forgetting anybody? Am I forgetting anybody? I did see somebody else pop in earlier, but I don't think they've been. Miss Bay. Miss Bay, you still here? I see more on here than this. Miss Bay, maybe. Yeah. Miss Bay, you still here? Are you wanting a no contact reading? Well, there is 6 online, but some people may not be participating because, that's the thing. You have to be present when you do the reading, but there's also some people who may not be in contact. And some people just observe, and I'll put her on just in case. And that's basically where we are. Let me clear my heart. I see 6. All right. So that sound, yeah, I see 6 as well. So that sound is 528 hertz. It is the vibration to open up the heart chakra. It's a vibration of miracles. Hi, Nana. Jewel. I'm sorry, I'm not answering questions tonight. I'm only doing no contact. Okay, Tejasvi. I'm making more space here on my table. I'm only doing 5, Nana. I'm sorry if you're not on the thing. I have no guarantees. I'm still in the 3rd reading right now, and everybody just has to stay in the reading. And when I get to, if I can do that, I will ask. Right now, I have to tell you, I've had a migraine for 3 days, and it really depends on what I'm able and capable of doing. And right now, I've offered to Teja V, who is here. So this is all I'm going to do. And yes, exactly. You may very well pick up something that'd be really helpful. All right. Tejas B. Am I saying that right? I know you told me how to sound it out. I have to find the card. It tells me how to say your name. So are you here? All right. All right. So your current energy represents how you feel, how you're behaving, how you're thinking. And you're trying not to be lazy about this. You're trying to actually figure out, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? I feel restless. I feel like there's something I should be doing, because you feel it happening. You can feel it coming. You feel this, oh, I can feel something happening soon. I can feel it. Them, they represent maybe their thoughts or their actions during this time while you two are in separation. All right. Now, they don't feel that close. You seem like, oh, it's going to happen. They feel a little further away. They're resisting counting down the clock. You see, they're in an energy that's showing the feminine energy is the magnet, right? And so someone's not allowing themselves to feel their emotions. Someone's not, and I'm thinking that it's the masculine, that the masculine is not getting in touch with their inner divine feminine. All right? They are really not paying attention to how they feel, which ironically, it's coming up here for you too. All right? So there is a mirror. The situation is showing me someone's in denial. Someone's saying, look, I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. All right? And this is what is contributing to this disconnection. So somebody's going, oh, I don't want this. And the card that supports it is about the laws of the universe. How does the laws of the universe work? Well, we know that the runner and chaser dynamic works that when one person puts the energy a certain way, the other energy is following through. And so the laws of the universe are at play in this situation. But one person is going, I'm in denial. What's going on here? Now, the challenge in this is there is a love relationship and somebody is not wanting to accept it. And that has a lot to do with their mood. Somebody's being a little emotionally repressed. So what's coming up for reconciliation? Well, this is what's coming up for reconciliation. It looks like the Merkaba activation is putting light in your body will help this. Because right now what I'm showing is, there's resistance to getting along. This is quite intense. Like, I'm not sure. I'm not going to say that right now. I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing definitely there's some intense energy going on right here. Definitely intense energy. Someone is resisting hard, and it has a lot to do with repressed emotions. And so when I look at potential for reconnection, so there is light, the Merkaba activation. Merkaba activations. Oh yeah, he's definitely the one resisting. That's what I see here. There is Merkaba activations happening in the twin flame community. You'll see a lot of Merkaba activations happening in the next 8 weeks or 8 to 12 weeks. So there's a lot of activations that's happening in the Merkaba in the twin flame community. And so let's see what comes out more, because that's a possibility. You've got here advice for you. So the advice for you is to overcome the masculine energies. All right. So this is your masculine, and to overcome the masculine energies with new love, fresh new love. And so sometimes a better version may come along and mind you how much you are worthy of love. So if you look at the possibility that this person, as long as you are fixated on this person and this person's feeling this energy, this person is going to keep on resisting you. But if you go and say, okay, universe, show me the possibility. There could be somebody else. Show me the possibility that someone could even show up to be better than this. Show me the possibility. By you taking that type of energy off of him and now focusing on what you want, they're going to feel that shift. You see, next steps is telling me, work with the energies, right? Get in receiving mode. What is coming up for me? What is showing up for me? What is happening for me? Because I'm seeing here the lesson is when you make a decision and move fast, reconciliation can happen. Because the outcome is showing that there will be a connection, there will be a commitment, and all you had to do was wait for him to be ready. He just wasn't ready. What was showing that you were not aware of was how you were manifesting. How you were manifesting was being distorted. You were manifesting, looking for this twin flame. Oh, I need to have the truth. I need to find out everything. But you had these repressed emotions. And so this is what is getting stuck. This person doesn't know how to deal with their emotions. It's too intense. Yes, definitely. I'm seeing it's both of you. Whatever's going on inside of you is being projected. So the more that they run, the more that they are reacting, maybe there's things that are going on and you are a projection of from them. What about the fact that if you detach from them and you call this in, maybe then you align with that part of that person in that new call-in. It's kind of like abort mission with the old and updating with the new, and your energy and their energy will update too. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah. It's like you're attached to the old. And as you are updating your energy, you need to let them update too. You need to detach in order for them to update. Does that make sense? You see, if you are looking at, well, what it is basically this. If you are detaching to control them, then that doesn't work. If you are detaching because you're saying, I want to see what is showing up for me, I am convinced that I am worthy of love and that I'm going to see, universe, what do you have for me? The universe will never, how can I say this? Whatever is meant for you will always show up for you. But as long as you are going and saying, universe, 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 I want this, 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 the universe is saying, uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. Instead, when you say, okay, universe, I'm ready to receive, get in receiving mode. The universe says, it's about time. Let me give you. And that's the thing. You need to understand that focusing on yourself, focusing on what feels good, focusing on what you deserve, focusing on what you know is coming would be lovely to see if it was everything you dreamed of and more. It doesn't mean it can't be your person. It just means you allowed the energies to align. You can't have energies aligning and being in the old energy at the same time. Does that make sense? All right. Does that make sense? If not, yeah, I know you're going to learn because it's showing. You're quite, you know something's happening. You know something's happening. You're feeling it. You know something's going to happen. You just got to get into that energy of knowing that this is the part of what receiving is all about. Receiving means to get out of your own way. Yeah. Well, I remember, oh my goodness, I could tell you stories. I've had me and my person have gone through this for years. And oh my goodness, we will stop talking to each other for a while, and all of a sudden the numbers would show up and the thoughts in my head and all sorts of different things would happen. And then all of the blue, there was everything, it happens more and more and more. I know definitely that there is definitely a connection here. You definitely have a life lesson here. I think that by me telling you who it is not going to help you right at this point. I think you need to trust that something is happening for you real soon. Oh yeah, we've talked. We talked. I forgot about the candle. Yes, we've talked. We've talked, and of course, it's not for him. It's me. It's like, you know, I'm the mean one. Of course, we've talked. Yeah, we talk a lot. It's just I'm trouble sometimes. Yes, I forgot that. Yes, yes, we've talked. Did I blush? Oh. Yeah. Okay, you're next. Yes, you got it. Yes, I have. I've done the candle one and it's worked, and I use a scribe with it. There's a certain symbol I use with mine, and I curve the names in the candle. But yes, I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, he reacted really quickly. Yeah, it did happen. All right. I think right now in this reading, we're not to say what you are because it will be hard for you to primarily just focus on yourself for what needs to shift right now. All right. Um, there is, there is for you. So how it happens is when you have this and you become enmeshed and it becomes a mesh, it's really hard for you to understand how to put that energy back in yourself. Oh, I'm messing up my cards. All right. All right, RK, you ready? Your person is in no contact, right? All right. Yeah, for sure. There's more. There's more I'm going to be posting too. Like I said, I won't be on very much longer just because I have a big day ahead of me tomorrow. I have a long day, and once I get through it, I'm going to be a little burnt out tomorrow night, but then Saturday I'll be back. All right. Card 1, your energy, RK. And underlying an issue, someone's taken on a burden. Their current energy. Oh, look at them. They're rook. They younger? Are they younger? Because it looks like there's some things that they have to still learn that they don't want to learn any of their lessons. External influences. These are things that are not helping you. So it looks like this is a people pleasing. Do those work typically? I do candles, and Jackie's been doing candles recently. I've done them. I've had others who have done them. 5, potential for reconciliation. You've got the World card. Advice, the Lovers. Next steps, working hard. Lesson, there's no other choice. And outcome, this is about surrender. Hidden from you is releasing, maintaining control, which that came up in the last reading too. All right, let's clarify with these and I'll go a little further. Well, Jackie, just to give you a heads up, me and my person we've been talking for quite a while, but we'll have little spells, a couple of weeks where we stop talking sometimes, just because I'm such a bitch, she says. Ah. All right. So this is what I got for you. Let's get started. Okay. Well, you're in a good spot. Here you are, RK. This is where you are. You know, here you are. You're playing, you're singing, you're dancing. It looks like you're coming from the heart. You've got the King of Hearts. You're in masculine energy. You're very much in a state of compassion. You're in a really balanced love energy. Really good. Now, your person, remember when I said about your person maybe resisting some studies? But, and they got journaling with it too. So there definitely seems like there's some writing, there's some things that have to be looked at. So I believe that this person is resisting doing some writing or some book. Everyone's journey is different. There's some resistance that is taking place where they don't want to do the work. They're not in that state that you're in right at this moment. Now, what I am seeing here for the underlying issues, maybe the factors or root causes that's contributing, I've got here self-expression and this burden. So this tells me, even though you're really, really, really good, you may find the disconnection is in separation because of some stress, somebody expressing a lot of stress. And so there may have been some stress that's in one of your lives that's been kind of coming between you two. And so what is showing, what has been going on, external factors, that's there is some, it looks like some conflict or some stress that's been happening. And so you guys have to learn some boundaries. So there is external stress. It has nothing to do with your guys' problem. It's something to do with external stress. So there's been conflict that has not stuff between you and them, but like whether he has family or commitment, or maybe he has, or you have something that's holding them back. It has nothing to do with each other. So I am showing here, raise your vibration. Raise your vibration. And if you raise your vibration, because this is the same thing, whether it's this or whether it's this. So of course, this would be a great thing. Same as the other readings. If I'm looking at resistance, there's resistance. Yeah, well, yeah, it's stressing him out. So I'm seeing here that you can have achievement, you can have fulfillment if you raise your vibration. Right now, there's resistance to completion. There's resistance that this can be possible. There is a perception that you believe this is all you can have. You need to raise your consciousness. You need to believe. And raise your vibration means that you can be in a state of believing. You have some advice here. And the advice is, right now there is some tears and holes in your auras, but which is pulling on you. This is the energy of outside influences that's pulling on you. But, you both, you're destined to be together. So what you are to do is do the work that you need to do. cut cords to any attachments that's going to keep you away from this situation, whether that means do Akashic records to clear any unresolved cords, or do that violet flame. I put the link in this, it's in the link there, the violet flame. It will help you, seriously help you. So the lesson here is there is no one else, but you have to understand how self-victimization and self-abuse will just justify someone else's behavior or seek negative or unwanted attention. So there is this as a lesson. How do you achieve that? You need the reason, you're not done with them because you wouldn't be asking me for a reading, right? So the person blocked you. The person did it because that's what they were told to do, right? They were told to do that. They were told, oh my goodness, that's just, they're listening to what everybody else is telling them to do. But you have to understand this negative energy is because of other people's interferences. So you have to look at the outcome, and the outcome is there's a blockage. Remember when we said about the Akashic records? The mother is in the way. He has a contract with his mother. Or you do. So, as long as you learn how to surrender, you'll also understand what is making you, because I'm showing here blocked. Well, you're focusing on, you just said it right there. You're focusing on being blocked. You're focusing, okay, how do you avoid other people? As long as you're paying attention to it in your mind. So I remember here, I'm going to teach you guys something. So one time I was at this job, I was helping out one of my best friends. She had this lingerie store. And so I was helping out my best friend. I was in between teaching. And so I was like, oh, sure, I'll do it, right? And so there was this person that worked there. And this person was really kind of annoying, right? So, she was young. I am not there to prove myself. I'm just there because I am helping out my friend, earning some money while I'm doing it. And it was just kind of like something I was doing until I was teaching. And so this person was like needing to prove herself, needed to be in charge. She was just like, running around like she was pissing on every corner, trying to, dominate everybody that came into the store. And so somebody went and, would walk in and they would talk to me, and she was getting all upset. So I said to my friend, I'm like, this is annoying me so much. Well, like, what am I going to do about it? And she said, well, you need to resolve it. And I'm like, I need to resolve it. She goes, yeah, because I know you can. And I was like, okay. This is my earlier years, right? I'm like, this is way back in the day, right? And I was like, okay, what am I going to do here? And I thought, all right. So the only thing that exists in my reality is what I allow in my head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go about my day, and everything that I love and appreciate and validate can exist in my head. Anything that no longer aligns with me, that I don't appreciate, cannot exist in my head. So I went about my day and I totally blocked her out as if she didn't even exist. I just went for a little while where I just thought, I loved the store, I loved the people, I loved everything I was doing, and she did not exist. And so what happened was, a few months later, I'm saying to my friend, I'm like, oh my goodness, things are better. And she was like, they are. What'd you do? And I said, well, I decided not to allow to entertain any of that in my head. She goes, really, you got to tell me what you did. And I said, I'm serious. I just blocked her out. And she said, and this is exactly the advice I'm giving you. Block her out. Block her out. Block the mother out of your head. And the reason why, because this is what my friend said. She said, well, you did such a good job. She put in her resignation. Her and her husband got transferred to a different province, and they gave their notice. Not ignore the mom. Not ignore the mom. Make the mom no longer exist for you. It's like the person doesn't even exist anymore. It's like they don't exist. Just remove them from the story. It worked. Remove them from the story. It's not going to happen right away, but it worked. And according to this is showing that once you get yourself raising your vibration, doing some of this work, it shows you blissful. It shows naturally, organically, you're in a good place. You just got to get your mind there. I'm not sure if you guys understand. Why would we ask if he has feelings for you? I don't understand why people ask that question. Like, why would I hold up a card and say you guys are supposed to be with each other as soulmates and ask that question? Yeah, that's your past life connection. There is a wound with him, which is also with you. So there is a connection to a past life wound with the mother. So it's karmic. It's karmic with you and the mother. You have to learn how to bypass the karmic. Yeah, so I can't remember what your readings were. I can't read a reading and then think that I remember anything from a reading before that. You have to go back and re-listen to it. I will tell you that I can't remember, but it seems like I was told that if you wanted to experience new love, that you had to let go of the story to create a new one. All right. Anybody else here that was supposed to be doing a raid, because Miss Bay never showed up. So I'm going to end it here tonight. Actually, I'm feeling guided to do one more. I don't know why. So I'm going to. Any guidance? I just told you the guidance. The guidance was to block out the mother wound. I'm asking in all of these readings. So I had all, okay, if you're in no contact, what would be the purpose of the reading? You want to see if there's a possibility of a reconciliation. That was the question that we asked in each of these readings. Is there a possibility of reconciliation? So you'll have to go back and watch your reading to see if you got that answer, right? Because it did explain that. All right, so I'll do this as divine feminine. And I'm having here, there is excitement, there's a new adventure, and this was a time of being easygoing and allowing the ascension symptoms to happen. So spiritual sickness, maybe that explains my headache. It's just as you shift your consciousness and you lift up your consciousness, you're in that state. Now, the counterpart is trying to be honest, trying to start paying attention to really what's going on here, trying to get organic and natural, trying to get outside, going for walks, going for bike rides, just trying to get out and trying to be authentic. In the situation, underlying issue, we've got the 10 of coins and repressed emotions. So what's going on is, what are the root causes that's contributing to this is, maybe there is something more that we both deserve. Maybe there is projections of our own true happiness that we don't need anybody. The external influences that is impacting the situation is, we've got the Knight of Cups and new love, right? And so what is this meaning is maybe divine timing is saying it's a better version coming along to remind you how much you are worthy of love. Maybe you got to follow your heart and see that what you want for romance is someone different. So is there ability to reconcile? Well, obviously, if you are manifesting from fears, you're going to get fears. If you're going to, it's cause and effect. If you are manifesting and energetically, the law of attraction states, if you are putting out all of your fears, if you were feeling fears, you will project those fears. So, if you're fearing that this person won't stick around, you're going to have some troubles. So the reconciliation here is saying, what do you fear? What is the possibility that could happen? So the advice is showing the Hangman, upside down, and trauma bubble. And that is no longer be a people pleaser, no longer being sacrificing yourself, and be aware that you may have some hidden pain that could be really deep down inside. You are now safe to explore that. You see, next up is saying, are you really divine counterparts? Are you really supposed to be soulmates? When you are subconsciously working on the other person's energies, what's happening with you? Are they doing the same for you? You see, the lesson here is when you're expecting a message and when you're not expecting a message, are you expecting message to be good, or are you expecting the messages to turn bad? Because really, you get what you expect. The outcome is to not block illumination. The beginning and the ending is what makes everything aligned. You see, a Kundalini awakening can impact and be a catalyst and make you start a journey of searching for truth. But now that you see that you are always been the truth, you don't have to search for anything. It's time for you to see that what you want is what you'll receive. What will show up is all you need. You don't need anybody for you to be happy. Stop people pleasing. Stop begging. Stop trying to please, and stop trying to persuade somebody. Because if they're not for you, then find somebody who is. And that is it for tonight. All right. Yes. I see my name. Well, I've been trying, but I've also seen you had said quite a bit. And so I'm just going to let you guys, yeah, I'm going to go and rest. It is 9 p.m. here tonight, and I have to get up really early tomorrow. And I need to do my own work too. All right. Cherry, there you are. So remember, reading 1, reading 2, reading 3, reading 4. I'll see if I can go back and see where they were. Good night, everybody. All of you, don't forget to click like, and I hope you all have a good night.